Galloway's support through sight loss. The video opens up showing some white and blue bluebells. Now there's a close-up of a small pink flower. James is loading some twigs into a small wood stove. Now there's a shot of the wood stove with a nice flame going and boiling a pan of water. Title spinning, Guide to Footwear.
Right, this is James from Galloway's. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do something slightly different. Instead of doing a walk or a bit about the nature that's around, I'm going to do a bit of a gear guide and just tell you what sort of things you should be wearing when you come on our walks with regards to footwear. One thing we always recommend is when we do the walks, we recommend you wear suitable footwear. We can't always guarantee that the walk won't be muddy, won't be damp or anything like that, or wet. So what we recommend is a good pair of either walking boots or walking shoes. So to give you an idea, I've got a couple of pairs of boots. This is a pair of boots that I wear. These are Solomon's, but it's a good pair of boots, sturdy. They come up to above your ankles, so it gives you good ankle support. You can see the quick fastening, and you can fasten them quite tight around your ankles, so that it gives you some sort of support. Waterproof, always a good idea. If you're getting some boots, just pay the extra and get waterproof, preferably Gore-Tex or something like that. These are Gore-Tex. The tongue on these are stitched quite high up, so it does stop any water going through the boots. Always go for one with a decent sole. Make sure it's quite grippy if you get a chance and you go to buy some boots. Try them out. They sometimes have some like different rocky slopes and things like that you can try in the shop just to check that your boots are okay. These are a Vibram sole. Quite a good grip on them. Toe protection if you can. A little bit of toe protection around there, stop you scuffing against rocks and things, and the same again at the heel. So that is a good sort of mid-range boot is that one. It's not too heavy. It's a fabric and suede construction. You can get leather boots as well. I prefer the fabric and suede ones. It's just personal preference, but always go for waterproof boots. So that's a pair of waterproof boots that we will recommend. I've got another pair here. These are Jane's, my wife's. Again, you can see it's a similar sort of construction. It's suede and fabric, waterproof boot. Different type of sole on these. Still a good grip. Again, waterproof. Not quite as high up in the ankle. So again, personal preference. So for most of the walks that we do, we'd recommend some sort of boots like that. If you're going to be walking on a day like this when it's been dry for quite a while and there's not much chance of mud or anything, then you could go down and get away with a pair of walking shoes. Again, similar sort of things to look out for. Make sure they're waterproof. So if you do come across any wet areas, whether it's slightly muddy or damp grass or anything like that, waterproof's always better because nobody likes having wet feet on a journey. Again, good sole on them. Construction, again, you can either get suede and fabric. You can just get suede, or you can get leather shoes as well. Something comfortable. We wouldn't recommend you go walking in trainers. One, they'll just get destroyed, and two, they don't offer you the sort of support and protection that you need against the weather and everything. Rocky terrain, I would always recommend the high boot. Pretty much most of the walking I do, regardless what the weather is in, I will put the boots on just so I've got that extra ankle support and protection. Like I say, if it is a dry walk or it's mostly a gravel path where it's not likely to be muddy, it's going to be a nice firm path, or even a tarmac path that we sometimes do. Canal toe paths are ideal. You could get away with walking shoes, but like I say, whatever you get, make sure they are waterproof. If you can't get waterproof boots, or it costs an issue, if you've already got some boots and they're not quite waterproof, another option you can get is waterproof socks. Now, I've never tried them, but I have heard people who have had them, and they swear that they are really good and they do keep the feet dry. So it's another option you can put on. Put waterproof socks on, then your boots, and you'll be comfortable. Always a good idea as well, while we're talking about socks, is if you can get a good pair of walking socks. It does help with blisters and stops your feet rubbing as much. And when you get a good pair of boots, try them out in the shop, make sure they are a good fit. You don't want your feet to be sliding about and you get that friction, and then you just end up with blisters all over your feet. So yeah, make sure decent boots. I would always recommend boots regardless what the weather conditions are. Walking shoes if you prefer walking shoes. Waterproof if you can. Make sure they are waterproof, and keep waterproofing them throughout the year and everything. Make sure that they're doing okay. Just got some water on for a brew as well. And make sure your shoes fit above all. So that's just a quick guide on what sort of shoes and footwear to wear when you come on the walks with us. I'll probably do another video later on showing different sorts of things like layers, waterproofs, maybe the type of backpack, what to put in your backpack and things like that. So for now, that's just a little bit about shoes. The one tip I would suggest is don't wear fashion boots. One, you're going to pay for them and they won't last. You'll ruin them. You'll probably ruin your feet as well, and it won't be an enjoyable experience walking in them. So always go for boots that are outdoor, made for the outdoors. So that is it for now. Take care, look after each other, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.